Is this a real Bolognese? Is she using the traditional Bolognese ingredients? And is this really the best Bolognese ever? Let's find out. Another great video from Epicurious with the state that make the best ever. Let's see.
I'm Lish Styling, I'm a professional chef, and today I'm going to show you the real way to make Bolognese.
I like Lish, she's very good. I reacted to a previous video where she made the pasta al pomodoro, that was really good. And I liked the touch of putting the Parmigiano rind in it. And she pronounced Bolognese very well, so I have a good feeling.
We are talking silky, savory, comforting Bolognese. This is Bolognese 101.
I have a good feeling about this video. So I'm gonna have a nice pizza I made with some chinotto and enjoy this.
A Dutch oven is perfect for a sauce like this because it cooks for a really long time.
Yes, it's true. The Dutch oven is perfect for two reasons, okay? Number one, it's perfect for slow cooking dishes. If you need to make something fast, you don't use Dutch ovens. The good thing about cast iron is that it retains the heat, okay? Better than any other pots. And then what happens is the steam goes up to the lid and it bounces back down, okay? When you have slow cooking something, you do want that steam to go up and down. That's extremely important for that slow cooking process.
Get her going over medium-high-ish heat. Add a good amount.
It's not really the best when you put pressure on the pot on a medium-high heat. It's not the right pot. You should have used a stainless steel one if that's what you want to do.
I'm gonna start with my ground beef. I'm using 80-20 here. And I'm gonna start to brown that. As this beef is cooking, I'm breaking.
I don't agree on this. I know many of you, especially Americans, love doing this meat browning first, but there is no need for it. I've tested it and there is no need to do this. The meat is going to cook slowly for 4 hours in the tomato sauce. That's more than enough to cook your meat. So this process is not important and you don't need to do it. And it doesn't add any flavor to the pan. Trust me, okay? But you keep doing whatever you want. You want to do it this way, okay? Still okay, nothing wrong, but it's a step that you don't have to do, because now you have to take the meat out and then you do the sofrito. Instead, do the sofrito first and then you add the meat. Unless you're using pancetta, then start from pancetta, minced pancetta, which is used in Bologna.
I'm not gonna cook it fully here because I'm gonna add the vegetables, and as those cook, the meat will continue to cook and start to brown. So it's again just layering all of these flavors. You can
I'm glad she said that.
see there's even some fat running out from the meat. Onion, finely chopped. Carrot, finely chopped as well. The carrot adds sweetness.
So true, so true.
Season with some salt because we're building our flavors here. Each ingredient deserves to taste the best that it can, and that means each ingredient needs salt, so you layer along the way.
I agree and disagree. You don't need that much salt in life. And I'm learning this because I have kids and we try to reduce the salt because kids don't need that much salt. So you just need to educate yourself about the salt. Yes, what she's saying makes sense, especially in restaurants. They have to put extra salt for extra flavors, but you don't need to. You don't need to.
I like to hand dice all of my vegetables. You can also do it in a food prep. There's no shame in that game.
Okay, Alicia, I really like you, okay? But this sofrito cooking technique is completely wrong. The sofrito is the foundation, okay, of the sauce, is the base, okay? But the sofrito needs to be cooked for about 10 minutes, and there is a way to do it. The sofrito needs to be cooked on its own with extra virgin olive oil. It needs to gently be cooked until you caramelize, tenderize, use the word that you want, the sofrito. That's extremely important. You're cooking the sofrito now with the meat, and unfortunately the sofrito is not going to cook the way it should. You're not getting this foundation. It's like building a house. There are rules to follow, standard rules to follow when you build the foundation. And that's not the right foundation for the Bolognese.
So I am pretty much there. They're starting to get some browning around the edge. A little bit of garlic goes in, about 2.
Well, that's definitely a no for Bolognese sauce. Don't put garlic in Bologna. There's no need for garlic in the sauce. You won't even taste the garlic. But let me tell you, you want to do it at home, do it. But if you're telling me that this is the best pasta Bolognese you will ever make, and then I'm sorry, Lish. Come on, garlic is not, you don't need garlic. This sauce is full of flavors. The garlic does not need to go in.
I'm scraping up all the bits that might be sticking to the bottom a little bit, getting the spoon around the side. A couple minutes longer.
For me, it's already too long. I mean, if I knew the sofrito was cooked, I put the meat. Once the meat becomes gray, you go in with the wine. You put the wine, okay? The wine needs to be in there right now, okay? The wine should already be in there, but the sofrito is not cooked correctly, so the wine cannot go in there. You understand what's going on in? No, you understand?
I'm gonna crush some tomatoes. So I have a can of San Marzano tomatoes.
Wow, San Marzano, that's really high quality. Why not? Amazing. I mean, this is really good. You don't have to spend that much money for San Marzano. You can use normal Italian peeled tomatoes, but well done.
I'm starting to get the browning at the bottom of the pan, which is exactly what we want. So now, tomato paste, double concentrate, about a quarter cup or so.
You're making the best pasta bolognese ever, and you put in the tomato before the wine? Sorry, big mistake. The wine needs to go in right now before the tomatoes, give flavor to the meat, tenderize the meat, and the alcohol of the wine will evaporate. You cannot put the wine with the tomatoes.
So it goes into a little cleared section of the pot because we want to toast it. We want to bring out all the caramely goodness and the natural sweetness.
No, this is not bolognese. This is a technique for another dish, but not for bolognese, sorry.
So now we add the milk. Milk is a pretty classic ingredient when it comes to making bolognese. Milk used to be there just for tenderizing the meat because the cut of meat that they would use was so tough. Now we keep it in there because it balances out the acid of the tomatoes.
No, okay, let me stop you here, sorry. It's funny because I had this conversation when I was in Bologna, searching for the best Bolognese sauce in Bologna. Make sure you go and watch my video. I also had a discussion with my friend Tina from Tina's Table. She's an American who's a master pastaia in Bologna, and she took me to have the best Bolognese sauce in Bologna. A minority of people in Bologna use this technique of adding the milk to the meat, okay, before the wine. This technique is used by a minority of people in Bologna to add the milk before the wine, okay? So she's not completely wrong, okay? There are some people doing it, but lots of people disagree about this technique. I disagree about the amount of milk she used. Way too much, way too much, okay? But the thing is, you can't really put the wine after the milk, okay? So she chose the milk, but no wine. And the wine adds the flavors for the bolognese. But in my opinion, in many other chefs, from Bologna opinion, it's not a bolognese anymore. It might be for some, but not anymore. The wine is the ingredients that you need to tenderize the meat, to give those flavors, the rich flavors to the meat. The only job the milk has is to combine all the ingredients right at the end. After 4 hours of cooking the sauce, when the sauce is extremely thick, you add the milk. If you have to, you add the milk, and the milk will combine ingredients and kind of make the sauce more delicate, okay? And like she says, kind of balance the acidity as well, okay? If you have to, you add milk at the end.
So this is gonna go until the milk is practically completely evaporated and reduced. You wanna give it some attention as it does this. It's gonna take about 20 minutes. You wanna keep stirring the bottom so that you don't burn the bottom of the pan.
Okay, two things. 20 minutes is way too long because we need the tomato sauce. You need the tomatoes in there, okay? Making love with the ingredients. They need to go in. So 20 minutes, way too long, okay? Because I'm assuming you're still using wine. That means you need another 20 minutes for the wine to evaporate. So it's 40 minutes. The other thing is, this should be cooked on a low heat. You're on a high heat, okay? Medium high heat. Of course, you're gonna burn the bottom because the cast iron Dutch oven is not made for this, for high heat cooking process. The cast iron Dutch oven, the purpose of this was made for slow cooking dishes.
It's gonna start to look a little almost separated, and that's okay. That's what you want, actually. Everything's gonna come together in the end.
I mean, look at that, guys. It's yellow, looks like a curry, to be honest to me. But okay, look, like I said, a minority of people do this, okay? But not with that much milk, definitely not. Like I'm talking about half a glass, standard glass. Maybe a glass the most, you know, depends how much meat you use. But this is definitely, a big mistake.
Come together in the end. It has been about 20 minutes, and when I tell you that I could stop right here and eat it, I'm not lying. The milk is almost entirely evaporated, but it's changed the look of the meat.
It looks very good. If you look at this, it does look very good.
Silkier. It seems more velvety. I can scrape the mixture to a side and there's not liquid left. That's your indicator that you're ready for the next step. I'm going to add about a cup of red wine.
Oh, wow. I say wow because she's using a Zaccagnini wine, Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, a wine from where I'm from. I'm very fond to the Zaccagnini family, close friends with them, and nice wine to use for bolognese.
To the mixture. This is going to add depth of flavor, it's going to add acid, it adds a little character and backbone. It's layering those flavors. So now we're going to let the wine reduce.
Yes, it's very important to put the wine. The wine goes before the sauce. Forget about the milk. Don't put the milk, please.
It's been about 10 or 12 minutes. We're back pretty much to the same spot that I was with the whole milk. It leaves a little clean space in the bottom of the pan. It's still so silky. Look at that. So now at this point, I'm gonna add my hand crushed tomatoes over the back of the spoon so that it doesn't splash.
So she's using San Marzano tomato and tomato paste. This is the time where you need to add the tomato paste. And then you add the San Marzano tomatoes. You're not using passata? That's okay, but you should be doing the paste right now.
I'm gonna nestle in a little aromatic. Bay leaf adds almost a grassy eucalyptus note to it, so I just use dry bay leaf. So
Aspetta, first, one bay leaf doesn't do much. Second, you don't use bay leaf or any herbs in bolognese, and I've learned the lesson the hard way, because I used to do it that way, and my friend David from Bologna told me, do not do that. He actually used the wooden spoon and told me, don't do that. And in fact, he's right. Bolognese doesn't need any herbs. It tastes fantastic without herbs.
So now the secret ingredient is the Parmesan rind.
That's a beautiful idea. This is nice. This is not written in any books that you can put Parmigiano rind in Bolognese, but I like the idea. I like where this is going. Okay? You can break the rules with this.
Which is completely edible. And we're gonna throw it in the sauce so that all of that nutty goodness from the cheese, all of that flavor goes into the sauce.
I don't know if you in Bologna agree, but I do like this idea. I will chop it up into small pieces so it melts. When you cook it for 4 hours, it will melt like in the minestrone. You must put Parmigiano rind in minestrone, and then it melts. So when you eat it, you have that beautiful bite. You can eat Parmigiano because Parmigiano doesn't have wax on the outside. That's a natural cheese. It's cheese. It's like milk that turned that way. It's not wax, okay? Don't get confused.
So I'm taking about half of that rind, nestling that in there along with the bay leaf. Now I'll let it simmer for about 2 hours. You still want to give it a stir, maybe every 15-20 minutes or so, just to prevent it from burning at the bottom of the pan.
3 things to talk about. 2 hours is not enough. We're talking about 3-4 hours, minimum 3. 4 hours, please. More, even better. You have to reduce to a low heat. You don't want to cook bolognese on a high heat. You said medium-high heat. Please reduce it to a low heat. And then there are 2 techniques to use to cook bolognese. Lid on, which means there is no need to add any liquid. So no water, no broth, nothing. Or lid off, which looks like that's what you're doing. No lid requires liquids. So you have to put water. Why? Because no lids, the steam goes, the water evaporates, so the sauce becomes drier, so you need to add the liquid so that the sauce doesn't dry up. But if you have the lid on, you only need to stir every half an hour, and because you're using a cast iron or any other pot, doesn't matter if it's a stainless steel, the steam goes up and then it bounces back because the lid doesn't let the steam go out. So you keep it nice and moist, keep it moist sauce.
So this sauce looks perfect right now.
See, it looks beautiful, it looks nice. See that how dry it is? Definitely she cooked it without the lid on. But how dry it is, that's when you need to add the milk. The milk will add freshness, combines the ingredients well, reduce the acidity level, and makes them more delicate. Okay, this looks like it needs the milk right now. You don't want to put water because it will kill it or anything else. Milk is the only reason why you use it for this case, for this reason.
You can see that it's all about the meat. The texture is beautiful and silky. This is going to be perfect picked up with some tagliatelle or pappardelle, any kind of thicker flat noodle.
Brava, finalmente. No spaghetti, because on the spaghetti, the meat doesn't stay on it. On the pappardelle, tagliatelle, fettuccine, whatever, you know, flat noodles, the meat will stay on it. So when you eat it, every bite you have, you got meat, pasta, sauce, everything. On the spaghetti, it will come down. You want, and then at the end, you have to clean the plate just with a fork. No, you want all the flavors inside your mouth.
The marriage of the sauce and pasta together. You toss it together so that the sauce coats the pasta. It's not just on top. It's a whole dance that happens in the pan that makes the magic happen.
Yeah, Lish, that's why I like you so much, Lish. Brava. It's so important. Putting the sauce on top of dry pasta, like pasta doesn't be mixed, doesn't do anything. The pasta is dead, and you put the sauce on top. You can't mix it in the plate. It's too late. Hot pasta needs to go in the sauce. They combine together. The pasta absorbs the sauce. The pasta gets the flavors from the sauce. They make love together. Then you put it in the plate and you eat it. It's like if you make love with someone. One of you is on one side of the bed, the other one is on the other side of the bed. If you don't get together, you don't have fun.
The sauce bolognese is ready to use however you want to use it, however I want to use it. And in this case, it's going to be with pasta. Tagliatelle.
Fantastico, brava. You can also use it for lasagna, by the way. This is beautiful for lasagna filling.
Pasta should be close. Let's see what we got. Love pasta in. Oh my goodness. So imagine if you just put the sauce on top. Then you have to take the pasta, you have to take some sauce.
Brava Lish, brava, brava, brava.
You have to make your bite, right? This way, every single piece of pasta is coated in the sauce.
Yes.
This is the love, people. A little bit more pasta water, because we want it to coat well.
Yes.
A little bit of olive oil.
Yes, I like the touch of olive oil, yeah.
So you really just want to toss the pasta around. You can do this with tongs, or you can do the flip. If you don't feel comfortable with the flip, don't worry about it. Tongs are your best.
Yes, so true, so true.
Look at this, huh?
Oh, wow.
Every strand is coated in the sauce. I mean,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Just a little
baby.
nest,
Yeah, look at that.
a showering of parmesan. This is my perfect bowl.
Okay, what would I say? It's a beautiful sauce. I want to eat it right now. It's beautiful, okay? But unfortunately, it doesn't follow the bolognese techniques. Most of it is done right. There are some mistakes I mentioned. So I cannot classify this as a bolognese, unfortunately. And at the same time, it's definitely not the best bolognese ever. I'm so sorry. It is not the best bolognese ever. I still believe I'm the luckiest because I have the best bolognese sauce on my YouTube channel. My friend David shared his nonna recipe with you, so it's still the best bolognese ever. No doubt. Guys, I am working on the ultimate bolognese recipe ever. I think I almost nailed it, okay? Where I'm mixing my friend David bolognese recipe from his nonna and Marco, a chef I went to see in Bologna, who made the best bolognese sauce for me. So I spoke to these two, I heard their ways, I combined their techniques, their methods, and I think I nailed it. Do you want me to share the ultimate bolognese recipe? I'm happy to do it for you. Guys, I enjoyed this video, I like Lish, but please remove that from the title. I don't want to see the best, and I don't want to see you will ever make. It's an interpretation of pasta bolognese by Lish. Few steps were done wrong, so it cannot be called bolognese. I'm sorry to be so hard on you, Lish, but I really want to try and protect this beautiful recipe, this dish, and it needs to be done the right way. It's a beautiful ragu. Let's call it ragu. Amazing ragu. One of the best ragu? Yeah, why not? But bolognese needs to be gone from that title. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you on the next Vincenzo's Plate video, reaction, recipe. I don't know, you tell me. E ora si mangia. Yummy pizza.